I have watched Ape vs Monster and I gotta say, it wasn't what I expected. I wanted more of a so bad it's good with more CGI stuff. This seemed to go more into it was a lot more of a character development story, which was not something I was expecting. I wanted to see some dumb, not very sensical story about giant apes and a giant creature fighting each other, but we didn't get as much of that as I hoped for. So it got me in a weird area where it looked really good. It looked like an actual Hollywood-like story, and it did really work on the characters. Then you came to the monsters and it was just really, really bad. And so it's a weird thing where it goes from one end of the extreme to the other, and it doesn't really reconcile in my mind. So I didn't really get invested into it because I was just waiting for the CGI moments to show up so I can laugh at it. And then these sort of pretty well acted for the main cast, really serious emotional moments came up, and it sort of shifted the whole vibe of the movie off from a goofy silly movie to a more serious movie. So obviously there were elements that were very serious and elements that weren't so serious, either from the story or the execution or the visuals itself. I liked it for the goofiness, but I didn't like the story. But if there were no goofiness, then I'll probably just like the story. But since they're combined together from one extreme to the other, I couldn't really get my mind into it because I couldn't focus on what the movie actually was, a serious thing or a goofy thing. And there's not enough goofs for it to be a goofy movie, and there's not enough serious for it to be a serious movie. So I don't know, I'm sort of rattling my brain around this one. I didn't find it as entertaining because of those reasons, but there were a lot of things that I had a laugh about, and there were a lot of things that were very impressive of how professional it looked. And overall, I gotta say, it's a pretty good movie story-wise, but even though I thought, in comparison to really bad movies and then blockbuster movies, the acting wasn't terrible. The serious moments were somewhat serious on the most part. The script wasn't very good, so there were a lot of inconsistencies that were pretty fun to giggle at and to think about. But other than that, in the serious moments, there's when the main character is interacting with this Russian agent, the accent she has is the most horrendous Russian accent I've ever heard. It doesn't pass for Russian at all. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they let that pass for the entire movie. It sounded like the most ridiculous Russian ripoff. It didn't even sound Russian. It sounded like someone pitched their voice slightly to pretend to be Russian, or someone had a cold. That's what it sounds like. And it's not a so bad it's good, really goofy sort of one-person crew movie. And I don't really know how I feel about it. This is a movie that sort of caught me off guard because I've been watching a lot of really, really bad movies, really micro-budget movies, like some of the later versions, the Cocaine Cougar I've talked about in length with all the Dustin Ferguson movies. This one caught me off guard, and I don't really know what I think about it. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. It might help me make up my mind a bit. Thank you.